Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
Hello, welcome to the KVJ After the Show Podcast. What's up, everybody? Podcast. Here we go. It is Wednesday, getting ready for the weekend. Just a couple days away, man. Getting there, baby. Getting there. Pretty quiet weekend. Not a ton of stuff going on. We have no KVJ Cocktails Karaoke this week, so we're going to be quiet on that front. Let me see. Got a couple emails here. This one said, hey, I would like to know what your porn expert, Jaybird, thinks about Stormy Daniels being ranked #1 on Pornhub. In my opinion, she shouldn't even be in the top 100.
Well, look at it for what it is. It's because she's got the hottest story in arguably the world.
Right.
Yeah.
This isn't on talent. This is just on notoriety and being topical.
Yeah, that part really works. It's marketing, baby. That's all it is.
Anytime there's a story about anything going on in Hollywood or in the dirt, or there's a sex scandal and there's a sex video, you'll always see an increase of that celebrity. Even if it's old pictures of them, they'll throw those on the Pornhub sites.
Yeah, even if they're gross and not good looking anymore.
Yeah, they're doing exactly what everyone's doing on YouTube or on any forum. They're trying to get the most hits and views. They don't care how they get it.
21 million viewers they had at 60 Minutes. I'm just wondering, like, what this means for Stormy Daniels in terms of money. Is she making money off of this, and how much?
They're saying that she's going to get, if not one, but a couple book deals, and people will buy it because of the nature of it. She's going to probably get money for that.
Wow.
She should do a video where she reenacts it. She'd make money off of that.
I didn't realize she was in a couple of real movies. She was in, I believe, Knocked Up, and another one of those type of movies where she played a porn star, and she played, I think, a hooker.
Really? Okay, so a stretch.
That's not really. Those are those legit jobs she said she's not getting now.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see. Nathan sent an email, said he's been doing the social media stuff, and people should not be surprised with the Facebook data scandal. People should have known for a while that they collect data and they're not doing a charity here, that they are trying to make some money. Yeah, absolutely. I always kind of knew that. Yeah. I think for a lot of people it was just the extent of it. I don't know why people were really shocked. I'm kind of surprised by that as well because, yeah, I get it. Anyway, this is all not new. Google's been doing this also for years. Traditional media companies have been doing it through the census before there was digital media. We are already stuck. Yeah, some people are like really twisted about it too. It doesn't, honestly, I'm more blown away. I'm not overly bothered by it. I was talking earlier today about how there's a way you can go onto Facebook and they will tell you what your political leanings are. And I'd be curious to find out, if people were checking it, how often is Facebook dead on? For me, yeah, they were.
Suits they were wrong with.
Okay.
Denny's, he said that it was pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Denny's never wanted to go on social media, and he was not on social media until he got a part of our show.
Yeah.
He did not like being on the grid. He wanted to be off.
Yeah.
He's like, the fuckers know where I'm at now. They do, Denny's. Oh, they know.
Oh, they know. Yeah, I get it. I think it'd be curious. I'd be curious if I would have any social media if I weren't doing what I had to do. I might have Facebook because I think my mom wanted me to have it and maybe to connect with people from high school. That'd probably be the only one I'd have.
We've had several calls or scenarios where people are on the line and they're like, well, my girlfriend or my boyfriend doesn't want to post pictures of us on Facebook and blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. There are legit people that do not want to post anything social media because they don't want their personal stuff out there. And everyone always thinks, oh, they're cheating. Not always. Social media is not for everybody.
Totally get it.
People shame, like, you're not on Facebook?
Some people are just private or scared or both.
Totally. Doesn't mean you're cheating.
Yeah. I'd do that if I knew about it, but I probably wouldn't even investigate. I'd do Twitter, too. Twitter's good to kind of stay up on some information, but that would be probably about the only two. Instagram really does not interest me. I'm going to post the coolest photo I can. That is just for a KVJ show. I would not have Instagram if we did not have a show. I mean, I'm fucking taking pictures of my sandwiches and filtering them. How's that look, Denny? Is that good? Is that sexy enough for Instagram? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, your meatballs are wet. It's a perfect sub pic.
You've been talking a lot about meatballs. You got meatballs on the brain, Mama. Okay, let's get her a meatball grinder.
Rachel said she is 31, and she said, this is why I hate being called a millennial, because they didn't know any of those old sing-along songs. I did. Love you guys, and Jaybird, go fuck yourself.
And I appreciate that. She's right, though. Just because a millennial or 3 texted in, you guys are playing old fuck songs, doesn't mean the millennials don't respect and like them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some of them do. But, yeah, there is a whole different, world of some songs out there, because we're always trying to find, like, okay, we don't want to do the exact same songs every single week with cocktails and karaoke. What can we do differently? And, yeah, there was some in there. I mean, the one that I think kind of came up with consensus is a big millennial sing-along song is that Mr. Brightside. But I remember one time we did that headphone karaoke, and I thought that was going to be a great song to sing. And that's a little higher than you think. That's a tough song to sing.
It all depends on the crowd, too. It really does. Some crowds, I can see that song going really well, and then others,
it's a fast song.
It is, yeah.
You better know the words. It goes really fast.
Yep.
And there's something to be said about your actual, the showmanship of being on karaoke. You can suck balls, and then all of a sudden, you're just up there, and you got confidence. It still works.
Yeah, we had that guy that was doing the sexy dancing. Steve, I think it was, on Friday night. Yeah, he was kind of just fun, having a good time with it. And
the crowd loved him.
They did. He wound up winning because of it. He did a pretty solid little performance there. So, yeah, so if you come out with cocktail and karaoke with us, it's not all about your singing ability.
I think Virginia needs to do Dancing Queen one more time.
Oh, I'm never doing that again. This queen has danced for the last time.
This drama queen has done.
You are the drama queen.
You guys can sing it to me, and I'll sit on like a little throne.
I don't care what you say. We might have sucked. I'll give you that. But that song is a jam. That's a great song.
I love that song. I just don't want to ever have to sing it in karaoke again.
It's a tough opener.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, it's probably best. Yeah, I got to maybe map it out, because we always get in that position. We're like, what do we sing? Like, I don't know. And then we usually pull out the song we probably shouldn't sing, like Dancing Queen.
I always have a list of songs every single week. I usually have at least 10 deep, and then I'll kind of ask and see what your guys' face is, and you go, like, no, I don't know about that one. There was one you said don't do it because you didn't think it was. You thought it was too slow. I did disagree, but I didn't do it.
Which one's that?
Plush by Stone Temple Pilots. I think that's kind of a jam. When I feel time's the worst to go.
Where you going?
That's too slow.
And I see.
Too slow?
It could work. I just know, and it's not necessarily when you're singing that part. That part I think is okay. There's a lot of like the intro on it's pretty long. I think you're talking about you'd be up there. It's about 24 seconds, I think, somewhere around there.
Talk to the crowd.
And but then it's like in between, bum 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 bum, and there's. I think it kind of goes slow sometimes in between that. Give it a shot, man.
All right.
You do it. You take it on.
Okay.
And if it's great, we'll applaud for you. And if it sucks, we'll back off the stage and make you stand up there solo.
Well, that's what happens anyway.
Yes.
Oh, we did different strokes, and Denny's didn't find the right version of different strokes, and it cut out halfway.
Yeah.
And so
that was awful.
We had to finish it a cappella.
That was awful.
But I like those moments.
I wanted to crawl under the bartender.
It's a bar, baby. We're all drinking. Who gives a shit?
I just don't.
It's all
like
about fun,
it.
baby.
I just didn't like weird, like there was this bitchy lady in the crowd going, "Shut up!"
Oh, fuck her.
And she's the only person I see, and I'm like, I just want to go home.
She doesn't belong at the bar. If you're at a bar and people are having fun and you're the one complaining, you're the problem.
Yeah. It's about having a good time.
Thank you.
Right. If you don't like it, get out.
I can't wait to sing some more shitty versions of songs next week.
Mm-hmm. They say it's good for you to go to concerts. According to a new study, going to concerts is so good for your well-being that it can actually make you live longer.
Wow.
They found that 20 minutes at a concert makes you feel 21% better. That's stronger than doing yoga or even walking your dog.
When you were at Jason Mraz, did you feel good after?
I did. I felt good. I kind of felt a little bit bad for Panda because he was just kind of in it, and he doesn't love Jason Mraz as much as I do. So it was making me a little anxious, worried about him being like, "Oh, when's it going to be over?" But I loved it.
They say that the boost that you get is linked to a longer life. And other studies have found that having a high level of well-being can increase your lifespan by 9 years.
I completely agree with that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think if
you go to a concert,
I think that makes sense. If you are happy,
Yes.
and not stressed out, there's a really good chance you could live longer.
And those endorphins are kicking in, and you're like, yay, I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so happy.
I mean, you can feel stress sometimes. You ever have that where you're stressed out about a situation and you can feel the pains in your chest? Like
Yes.
you physically feel it.
Yes.
Not good.
I know it's not good at all.
I remember you had that a little bit in Miami where you were just stressed out a lot before we even went.
Yeah. Stress is definitely going to be one of those factors that I'm sure when they do my autopsy, this is a stressed motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mom gets on me for drinking. I'm like, but Mom, you know how stressed I am.
Mom, I need it.
This is all I have.
Mom, yeah, you have no idea. Yeah, it's tough. Like when you got the stress and it rides on you for a while. I usually hit Fridays, and it's I'm a person that I meditate, back rollers, essences that I'm wafting in.
Did you stop those, or you're doing them again? Because remember, you thought they were giving you titties.
Nah, I found out that if you just want to make sure you don't do the lavender. I got clarification on it.
Okay.
And found out that it was kind of an old study. So
Lavender equals titties.
yeah. So
Does
stay away from the lavender.
pizza rolls give you titties
They
too?
do give you titties, yeah. But what happens even with all that and working out, like sometimes you just get like a certain level of like stress and fatigue that you can't crack into it. It's like a concrete block.
Well, nothing's 100%. You can do all the things to prevent it.
Yeah.
But there are times in your life where something really does mean something to you.
Yeah.
And all that running and exercise and eating healthy and sleeping isn't going to mean diddly dick if it's really stressing you out.
No, you're right.
Which I think those are the rarest. The
Yes.
ones that are really, really stressing you out to the point nothing's working.
Yeah, typically on Fridays I have all that, and the only thing that really puts a dent into it is a couple beers. So I'm like, oh, okay, maybe a little bit.
Couple beers.
Yeah.
Where'd you find this Boy Scout at? Couple beers.
Couple beers, man, a couple dozen.
They have this list, the most iconic sound effects in history from GameRadar.com. Some of the ones on the list. The Wilhelm scream is up there.
Is it worse than that scream you played earlier? Whatever that thing was.
The Wilhelm scream, is that like just the...
That's the typical, I believe that's the scream they would use in all the old movies, and they were all the same.
That's the most popular one that you always hear. Is that what that is, I believe?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me see if this is...
Wilhelm! Yeah, I'll just fill my pipe.
I don't know what this is. That's a compilation of all of them.
Yeah, so I believe it's a scream that they used back in the day, and they used the same one.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Other things that they have got on the list. They've got the James Brown scream. Lightsaber also made the list.
Very iconic. Oh, man. Listen to that shit, Virginia.
I love it.
Mario from Mario Brothers growing from a mushroom.
Oh, yeah. Or is the when he grows, or is when he gets hit by something? Denny's?
I don't know. You're going to have to ask Denny's to confirm that one.
When's the last time you played Super Mario Brothers?
It's been a while.
Oh, man. I love it.
That's when he grows.
That's when he grows.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the one when Mario gets hit with something and he shrinks? Like, okay, when he grows. That's it.
That's
okay.
one up, right?
That is one up.
That's one up, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a fun game.
Yeah, it was a fun game.
Was it, though?
Is that all?
Was that it?
No more?
Never mind, Denny's.
All right.
We're done.
I'll catch you guys.
It's good talking to you.
Nice seeing you. You came in right when it was over.
Now go back to your workstation and finish your work.
They got the T-Rex from Jurassic Park. The shower scene sounds from the movie Psycho. It's also on there.
Do you know what those sounds are, Virginia? Ooh, yeah, don't do that ever again.
You asked me.
I know, and I'm sorry.
And then Jason the Killer from Friday the 13th.
Darth Vader's, I think, breathing should be on there.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
That should be there. Even Chewbacca's. But then it's just a bunch of Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot you can do from Star Wars. Even this one.
Oh, screw that. Shit that.
What is that?
Jar Jar
Binks.
stinks. Oh, gosh. Don't get me started.
Yeah, that one's pretty annoying, no doubt. Jaybird heard what might be an urban legend. Is it true? Now, you probably are aware that they a lot of times will take bodies on airplanes. Just kind of like sometimes if, somebody is from New York and their funeral's to be there and they die in South Florida, how do you get them home to the family there? Well, you put them on a Delta flight and fly them on up there. So you've got all these dead bodies like in the cargo hold. But somebody told you that they often leave the bodies there?
Well, because I get a lot of pilots now emailing me from the Weird and Whatever podcast. I'm always asking, what's the craziest things you've seen? Have you seen anything in the sky? This had nothing to do with the sky, but he was telling me when he was flying back on big type of airlines, he said sometimes they would forget dead bodies in the area, and then they would fly with the dead body in there, and it would never make its destination until like a week later.
What?
Yeah, and I was trying to look into that to see if that's real, because sometimes people email me or I'll talk to them and they're completely lying and they're just trying to either trick me or get on the podcast.
Troll you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, does that happen? Do sometimes airplanes on the big ones, we're talking the big commercials,
The jumbo jet.
yes, do they leave or forget dead bodies in there?
Well, they do lose your luggage. Maybe they lose
Grandma?
other things too.
But I mean,
Aunt Myrtle?
losing a suitcase and losing Aunt Myrtle is way different.
I agree.
Yeah, I would think that they'd have a higher standard of tracking that parcel.
Well, he was even saying that sometimes no one claims them because they died and they died alone.
Oh, that's
How
terrible.
How sad is that?
Well, then why are they shipping them?
Exactly. I think this guy might have been a liar.
Yeah.
I don't know. Someone there'll be honest airplane pilots out there that'll tell us the truth. But do they leave dead bodies in airplanes?
And no one ever picks them up? I don't believe that no one ever is looking for them.
Yeah.
Why would they ship them in the first place if they didn't have a person to get them on the other side?
Well, maybe they had somebody, and then when they realize, oh shit, we got Aunt Myrtle coming. We don't want her dead bones here.
We didn't like her alive.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's just not pick up the phone. I can totally see that happening.
I saw a story here that is somewhat encouraging. I know at times I've heard stories about how in 20 years Miami downtown is going to be underwater, and South Florida, like all the way into like Loxahatchee, is going to be underwater. But there is a story that is out today of somebody who's saying that not only do we have time, but the precautions that we're taking right now should keep us ahead of the curve. They say from the Florida Keys to Palm Beach County, projects are underway to prepare. People are beginning to talk about rising seas as if adequate preparation, funding, and human ingenuity will save South Florida from the problems it's already experiencing: increasing flooding, decreasing property values, stronger hurricanes, and saltwater intrusion into wells that provide drinking water. That's part of the story, but there's more to discuss. The experts say that optimism plus planning and innovation can lead to long-term solutions and maybe even economic growth. So apparently this story is very positive about that, saying that we're not all going to die in 20 years.
We're going to die, but if we get our act together, we're not going to die.
Mm-hmm.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
We're not going to get our act together. We're going to die.
We're all walking the green mile, Mama. It just depends on when and where.
Amen.
Yeah. So anyway, it looks, they've talked about as much as 2 feet the sea level will rise by 2060, which is a middle value close to the Army Corps projection of 26 inches. Is what they say.
2060. Will we be alive in 2060? It's 2020 or it's 2018.
Mm-hmm.
That's another 40.
You'd be right at the end.
Right at the end.
2060, about the time you should be kicking it.
Who dies first here on the show?
You.
No.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You think?
I do.
And it's going to be early, isn't it?
I think you just live too hard.
Oh, it's said by you?
I think you're too hard on your body.
Okay, that's different.
I don't beat myself up like you.
Although I've kind of slowed all that down. Don't you think? Beating my body up?
I mean, look at your kneecap. You tell me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And were you just talking about doing a belly flop video today?
I guess you're right. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Good points. You guys bring up good points.
Yeah. Got this email from Mari. She said, I listened to the KVJ podcast and I heard Denny's explaining the dark web. So interesting. It really was educational. You should have a segment, What Does Denny's Know? on the After the Show podcast, because I suspect not all of his topics would be radio friendly, but Nationers would love it.
Yeah. He does know a lot of stuff.
He does. He is a fascinated dude. I'm not just saying that because he's my best friend. He really is a interesting cat. I love listening to him.
Yes.
And he does. He knows a little bit about so many subjects.
Yeah. He's got quite the wealth of knowledge.
Get in here, Danny, so we can go ahead and throw you right out. He's coming.
Get in here so we can throw you out.
He's coming in too. What's up, man?
What's up, guys?
I think we're wrapped. I think we're done with that.
Get out of here. You just call. What's happening today?
I was just blowing you on the air, saying how you're good.
But now that you're here in person,
Get out.
Drop him.
drop them.
Just say I'm a Denny's fan is all.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
That's it.
That's it. All right. I'll catch you guys.
Now back to your workstation. We got shit to edit, man. Let's go.
Oh, jeez. What a dick.
I just told him how much I loved him.
You kick him out.
Mari said, I also heard that Don Conley died. I quite literally gasped out loud in my car like he was a family member.
Everyone's shocked.
I know. I've always hoped that you'd do an After the Show podcast with members from the Castles, the Conleys, and the Cox families, either separately or together, recounting glory days of Logan, Ohio. Boy, that would have been quite the interesting tale.
Yeah, the superstar has passed on. I mean, that's the one interview. If you get that one, I mean, it's gold.
Yeah, I have not heard word about John and Jason Castles. I don't know where the Castle boys are. I'm curious if they're still around. The Cox and Conleys, they were kind of allies.
Allies?
Yes, allies. They would be around each other, and they were okay. I don't remember them specifically fighting.
But
ever.
you know, at least in the history of Logan, they had to have had one fight within each other. They had to have.
They probably did, even the closest, you know. Like when I went back to Logan, I didn't even know Jamie Evans, who I told you, he was good friends with Don a lot. Don was always tagging along with him, and he was talking about one time that I think Jamie actually could have kicked Don's ass. Yeah, Jamie was an athlete, really good, just big, strong dude. Virginia, you met him. Remember when we were in Orlando? And
yes,
we were there, and there was that guy, and I'm like, I'm just.
You kept staring at him, and he thought you wanted to sleep with him.
I forgot that whole story, and I saw Jamie Evans. We were at the Pizza Crossing in Logan, there for Thanksgiving, and Jamie came in. He was telling the story, and he was telling some of the other people in my class. He's like, "Going, last time I saw this fucker, I almost killed him," and I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like going, yeah, remember that? You kept staring at me?
In Orlando.
And I was in Orlando. And he
at
was,
a club.
Oddly enough, he does construction. And so he was with some of his construction buddies. And they were building something in Orlando, apparently. He's like going, this fucking guy keeps staring at me. And they're like going, no, it's in your head, Jamie. No. And he's like going, I swear to God, this like dude back here looks like a Fruit Loop is staring at me. Remember, I had disco shirts and I had.
You did look like a Fruit Loop.
And I didn't look like the Kev from Logan. You know, I was all disco-fied. You know, I looked like I was in NSYNC.
You looked ridiculous.
I looked absolutely ridiculous. And so he's like, who is this fucking? And so I remember he walked up to me. And he's like, I was walking up to you because I was going to fucking kick your ass. I was going to be going, you got a fucking problem with me? And
what
I'm
are you
like,
looking at, Fruit Loop?
Yes, that was basically it. And he got like a foot away from my face. I'm like, Jamie Evans. And he's like,
what?
How's this guy know me? And it took a second. I'm like going, wait, underneath all those frosted tips. I'm like, wait, is that Kevin? And he was
Kevin, what have you done with your life?
It's kind of it.
Why?
I did not resemble the old boy with the mullet from Logan, and so yeah.
Talk about turning your back on where you're from.
Yeah, but I didn't realize he was coming up to kick my ass. Thank God. I mean, that would have. Oh, he would have. He is a tough dude. He didn't fight.
I would have had to cut his throat.
He was a tough boy. Yeah, he didn't fight often, but when he did, he left an impression.
Nobody jumps on my little jelly bean.
Yes.
That would be something that if we were in public and I saw someone jump on you,
we would have to jump on them.
I'm not a good fighter at all.
Yes.
So I pick up a chair or whatever, and then I start hitting motherfuckers over.
You pick up a bottle and you smash it against the wall, and then you stab.
Terrible fighter, but I will pick something up. If you are being jumped and it's not your fault and you're innocent,
of course it's not his fault.
We got to get in there. We got to mix it up. And I am a pacifist, but we got to mix that shit.
Oh, I hear you.
I agree.
Absolutely. So he said, not that this can't happen anymore, but it would have been nice to hear his voice. Yeah, it'd have been interesting to you really capture the essence of Dom when you would have heard his voice.
Yeah, we have no idea what he sounded like.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
I don't know where I'd even get any audio of his voice.
And we still don't know because we haven't heard anything about an autopsy yet.
Autopsies taking a long time. They really do.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too. That was the email yesterday. I have an image, and I can imagine what he would have looked and sounded like. It would have been nice to have been able to put a voice to it. But they have great stories. I think Nationers would have loved that, and probably Virginia Jaybird and Denny's would too. Yeah, one of these days I'll go up there because it was fun as I was just sitting there and talking to. There's only about 2 or 3 guys from my class, but just listening to their stories, I forgot. Like I said, I forgot how much they fought. That was kind of it. And that was the first thing. I was talking to Josh Stillwell, and he's like going, yeah, fucking bought a house like right by the cemetery I was talking about yesterday. He's like, because I want to see all these fights, and they fucking moved the high school on me. He bought a house so he could watch fights every day.
They moved to high school.
And then they moved to high school. He was so upset.
And now he just lives by a cemetery.
Now he just lives by a cemetery.
Which
yeah.
has got to be depreciating your property value.
Oh, absolutely. Well, it's Logan, so who knows? But,
there's no property value.
Yeah. So interesting and fascinating stuff.
Huh.
Let me see. Somebody said, hey, it's Sarah from Twitter. I just tuned into the podcast and thought to myself, man, that guy in Jaybird's shirt looks so familiar. And then I realized it's Hulk Hogan. That's amazing.
Yeah, Brother Teresa.
Brother Teresa.
Yeah.
Shout out to Panda, Virginia's husband, for buying this for me. I love you, man.
It's pretty amazing
It's
stuff.
a fly shirt.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. With this pizza jacket. I forgot to wear my alien hat. I was just trying to not make you so turned on today.
I mean, I just look at you and I think pussy magnet.
Not a dry seat in the house, Kev.
Well, I saw this interesting story today. You know, you've complained a little bit about the Walmart customer service.
Ugh, it's the worst.
Yeah, I had my own issues when I went to the pharmacy. I went on a Saturday. I went online. I did my due diligence. I went online. I'm like going, okay, what are the hours of this thing? It was like 9 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Okay, here it is, 9 a.m.
I'm like, it's 2 p.m. in the afternoon. I'm like, great. I go, and the freaking thing is bolted up tight. And I look, and they've got the hours right there for the pharmacy, and it says 9 a.m. to... I'm like... false advertisement.
The best is when you're trying to buy cologne or something that requires a key. Those fuckers never have the key. And then they get mad at you for saying, well, does anyone else in the store maybe have the key? No one's got the key. Sorry, you can't get the cologne. And they get pissed.
Why do they care so little?
Because there's no incentive. There's what incentive do you have other than just losing your job? And we all know that's just good enough to where you work hard enough just not to lose it.
But when you go like in Target, they care. Why does Walmart not care?
It'd be fascinating because, you know, to me, when I think of the utmost of customer service is Chick-fil-A. Like,
Yes.
in my book, nobody does their customer service better. And yeah, Walmart is down. So what is the difference in the corporate cultures that you see where one is so good and one is not?
I would love to sit down with a higher up from Walmart and just say, dude, or dudette, what the shit is going on in your stores? Because it's not just one location. Walmart has the shittiest customer service across the board, all of America,
and the best prices. So it's like it's really a catch-22 because
and that
you're
may
not
be
going to
what
beat
they
them on
say.
price.
That's my guess. Is they probably say, look, we are Monterey. We want to be known for the prices.
And
We
shitty
can't be
service.
we can't be known for both. And if we paid more and got a more quality employee, then
It's a terrible
we'd have higher, and that might be their thing. And
terrible excuse.
Why
though.
can't you have great prices and then you pay people and you have great customer service?
Of course, because other stores and other places do it where, like you're saying, you just name 3 places that don't do it, and their price, their salary or their hourly wage is not that much different than Walmart. I would love to know what the shit, Walmart. What are you doing?
Well, this might be something to change it. Maybe they realize that and they say, okay, we can't maintain, because you see how many other brick and mortar stores like a Toys R Us are going out.
Yes.
You know, so I'm sure Walmart is feeling the pinch, and maybe they would say, look, we cannot pay any more to our employees without going out of business. And so it seems like maybe one of their solutions will be new autonomous robots. They're trying them out in some Walmart stores as part of a new pilot program that was launched last fall. The towering autonomous robots will roam the aisles.
Will they yell at you too when they don't have a key for cologne?
Well, maybe that's what it would do. They would be able to open up things, and you would hit a button, and then it would come over, and maybe there'd be a way that they could. You would think that they'd be able to do something with those to come up with a better solution where you wouldn't have to track somebody down with a key, that they'd be able to open them up and track the.
It is a pain. I mean, their prices are great, but it is a pain to purchase something.
It's always about convenience. I know it's the one place I can go. They're going to be open. I can just walk in there, deal with the bullshit I got to deal with, and get the fuck out.
It'd almost be smart if you could do something where it's like when somebody takes something out, it snaps a photo, and then you need to return it, have that exact same weight in that thing within, a minute or something like that, or alerts, store staff. And if whatever is gone and it's empty, then you've got a snapshot of who took it out last. I don't know. But then again, are you going to try to prosecute somebody that's just stolen a $15 bottle of high karate? Probably not. So, I don't know.
Feels
the world
good.
is a complex place.
It does feel very therapeutic to vent about it because I've been holding it in for a long time. I didn't think I could talk about that on the air, and I love it.
Yeah. Something about it. Yeah. Yeah, somebody said that even letting out that they had some bad customer service at a Chick-fil-A yesterday, texting in. So it can happen anywhere. Yeah, I'm sure they'd like to know about it. Root that out. So anyway, that's about all I got. Great customer service, great food. You got it all, Bud's Chicken and Seafood. 7 locations in Palm Beach County. Check out the bird sauce and the bud sauce.
Yes, and the chicken fingers and
the corn fritters and the french fries. If you like a crinkle fry.
Crinkle fry.
They do it really good.
Good stuff, Bud's Chicken and Seafood. Y'all have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.